Hello and welcome. Imagine a future where financial security is not just a distant dream, but a tangible reality passed down from one generation to the next. In Black communities, building generational wealth is not just about money, it's about establishing a legacy of empowerment, opportunity, and resilience that stands the test of time. This episode is dedicated to exploring the critical importance of generational wealth in breaking cycles of financial hardship and fostering long lasting change within our communities. I am your host, Marie-Jo César, a holistic financial wellness strategist. My mission is to help you take control of your finances from the inside out, addressing both the emotional and practical aspects of money management. Today, as we face the persistent and widening racial wealth gap, the urgency of creating generational wealth becomes even more obvious. Recent studies paint a stark picture of the racial wealth gap in America. According to the Federal Reserve's 2019 survey of consumer finances, the median wealth for Black families is just $24,100 compared to $188,200 for white families, a disparity that threatens the financial futures of our children and grandchildren as it affects everything from home ownership rates to educational opportunities. But here's the good news: we have the power to change this narrative. Today, we are going to explore how to build and sustain generational wealth in Black communities. We will cover three key areas: establishing a strong financial foundation through education, strategic wealth building investments, and protecting and transferring wealth to future generations. Welcome to the Merging Wealth and Money Show. By the end of this episode, you will have actionable strategies to start building your family's financial legacy. So let's get started. To build a sturdy house, you need a solid foundation. The same principle applies when constructing generational wealth. Our foundation: financial literacy and education. Let's discuss how we can lay this groundwork for lasting prosperity. Financial literacy is a bedrock of generational wealth. It's not just about understanding money, it's about mastering it. In many Black communities, financial education has been a missing piece of the puzzle. But we are changing that narrative one family at a time. The journey to financial literacy begins at home, across all generations. The earlier we begin this education, the better. Research shows that children as young as 3 can grasp basic financial concepts. By age 7, many of our money habits are already set. So, how do we make sure we are setting our children up for success? First, make money talks a regular part of family life. Don't shy away from discussion about budgeting, saving, or even investing. Use everyday situations as teaching moments. Grocery shopping. That's a perfect opportunity to talk about comparing prices and making budget conscious decisions. Receiving birthday money. Guide your child through the process of saving some, spending some, and perhaps even investing a portion. For young adults, the stakes get higher. College decisions, first jobs, and major purchases loom on the horizon. This is where a solid financial foundation can make all the difference. Encourage them to start budgeting early. Apps like Mint of YNAB, you need a budget, can make this process more engaging and less daunting. But what about adults who did not receive this education early on? It's never too late to learn. Community programs, online courses, and financial literacy workshops can be game changers. Organizations like the National Association of Black Accountants offer resources specifically tailored to our community's needs. Remember, financial literacy is not a one time lesson, it's an ongoing journey. Stay curious, keep learning, and don't be afraid to seek guidance from financial professionals. With a foundation of financial literacy in place, it's time to craft your family's wealth blueprint. This is our roadmap to financial success, not just for you, but for generations to come. Start by gathering your family for an open and honest discussion about money. Yes, it might feel uncomfortable at first. Money has been a taboo subject in many of our households for far too long. But breaking this silence is critical for building generational wealth. In this family meeting, set both short term and long term financial goals. Short term goals might include building an emergency fund or paying off high interest debt. Long term goals could be saving for a home down payment, funding education, or planning for retirement. Write these goals down and make them smart, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. For example, instead of save more money, try save $5,000 for an emergency fund by December 31st. Next, create a family budget. This is not about restrictions, it's about direction. Know where every dollar is going and make sure those dollars align with your family's values and goals. Even consider appointing a family CFO. This person keeps track of the family's financial progress and brings up money discussions regularly. Rotate this role to ensure everyone gets hands-on experience managing finances. Transparency is key in this book. Share financial wins and setbacks with your children in clearly age-appropriate ways. Let them see that financial management is an ongoing process, not a perfect science. And lastly, don't forget to celebrate your financial victories, no matter how small. Did you stick to your budget this month? Celebrate. Did your teenager save up for something they wanted instead of asking for it? Oh, that's worth recognizing. By focusing on financial literacy and creating a solid family wealth blueprint, we are not just changing our current financial situation, we are altering the financial trajectory of future generations. We are planting seeds of knowledge and discipline that will grow into strong and resilient financial trees for our families. Remember the words of Booker T. Washington: success is to be measured not so much by the position that one has reached in life as by the obstacles which he has overcome. In building our financial foundation, we are overcoming obstacles and paving the way for success that spans generations. With our financial foundation set, it's time to put our money to work. So let's explore how strategic investments can grow our wealth for generations to come. Just as the tree grows from its roots, our wealth grows from our financial knowledge. So, how can we nurture this growth? Through strategic investments. Strategic investments are the bricks and mortar of generational wealth. They are how we turn our hard earned money into a legacy that lasts. Before we dive in, I want to remind our listeners that I am not a financial advisor by any means. The information presented in this episode is for educational purposes only and should not be considered as personalized investment advice. Everyone's financial situation is unique, and what works for one person may not be suitable for another. Always consult with a qualified financial advisor before making any investment decisions. We will start with diversifying investment portfolios. You've probably heard the saying, don't put all your eggs in one basket. This wisdom is the essence of diversification. By spreading your investments across different asset classes, you are reducing risk and increasing your potential for returns. So, what does a diverse investment portfolio look like? It typically includes a mix of stocks, bonds, real estate, or perhaps alternative investments like commodities or cryptocurrencies. The specific mix depends on your risk tolerance, your financial goals, and your time horizon. Stocks or equities represent ownership in a company. They offer the potential for high returns but come with higher risks. Bonds, on the other hand, are loans you make to companies or governments. They typically offer lower returns but with lower risk. Real estate can be a powerful addition to your investment portfolio. This can include your primary residence, rental properties, or real estate investment trusts, commonly known as REITs. We will dive deeper into real estate in a moment. For those just starting out, index funds or exchange traded funds, ETFs, can be an excellent way to gain diversified exposure to the stock market. These funds aim to match the performance of a market index like the S&P 500 and typically have lower fees than actively managed funds. And by the way, I have many other episodes addressing those topics in detail. Now, remember, diversification is not just about different types of investments. It is also about diversifying within each type. For example, this might mean investing in companies of different sizes, from different sectors, and in different geographic regions. I would also add that you must acknowledge a significant challenge many in our community face, and that is the historical mistrust of financial institutions in many Black communities. This mistrust is rooted in a long history of discriminatory practices. However, not investing can be even more costly in the long run. The key is to educate yourself, start small, and work with trusted financial professionals who understand our community's unique needs and challenges. Speaking of trusted resources, I highly recommend The Simple Path to Wealth by J.L. Collins. It offers straightforward, actionable advice on investing that's applicable to investors at all levels. Now, turning our attention to real estate, we find a powerful tool for building generational wealth. For many families, especially in the Black community, real estate has been a powerful vehicle for building and transferring wealth across generations. Home ownership is often the first step in real estate investing. Beyond providing a place to live, your home can appreciate over time, building equity that can be tapped into later or passed down to future generations. According to the National Association of Realtors, the median sales price of existing homes has increased by about 30% over the past 5 years. But real estate investing does not stop at home ownership. Rental properties can provide a steady stream of passive income. This income can help fund other investments, cover living expenses in retirement, or be reinvested to acquire more properties. For those not ready to buy physical property, real estate investment trusts or REITs offer a way to invest in real estate without the hassles of property management. REITs are companies that own and operate income producing real estate. They are required to distribute at least 90% of their taxable income to shareholders, making them an attractive option for income-focused investors. House hacking is another strategy gaining popularity, especially among younger investors. This involves buying a multi-unit property, living in one unit, and renting out the others. It's a clever way to have tenants help pay your mortgage while you build equity. Remember, real estate investing is not without risks. Market fluctuations, unexpected repairs, and problem tenants can all impact the returns. That's why it is necessary to do your homework before diving in. Research the local real estate market, understand landlord tenant laws, and have a solid financial cushion for unexpected expenses. Also, beware of the historical context of real estate in the Black community. Practices like redlining and predatory lending have created barriers to home ownership and wealth accumulation. While these practices are now illegal, their effects linger. That's why it is so important to work with trusted real estate professionals and lenders who have a track record of serving our community fairly. One resource I often recommend is the book The Color of Money: Black Banks and the Racial Wealth Gap by Meshwa Baradaran. It provides valuable insights into the historical and ongoing challenges of building wealth in the Black community, particularly through real estate and banking. When constructing our investment portfolios, consider real estate opportunities. It's important to keep our long term goals in mind. These aren't get rich quick schemes, they are strategies for building sustainable generational wealth. Remember, every investment carries some level of risks. Never invest money you cannot afford to lose, and always do your due diligence before making investment decisions. Consider working with a financial advisor who can help you create an investment strategy tailored to your specific goals and circumstances. Building wealth through strategic investment is a powerful way to create a financial legacy for future generations. By diversifying our portfolios and leveraging the potential of real estate, we are not just growing our own wealth, we are planting seeds of financial prosperity that will benefit our families for years to come. We've built our wealth, but how do we ensure it lasts? Now, let's turn our attention to protecting and transferring our hard earned assets. We've laid the foundation with financial literacy and build upon it with strategic investments. Now, it's time to ensure that the wealth we have worked so hard to build stands the test of time. Let's explore how we can protect and transfer our wealth, ensuring it becomes truly generational. Creating wealth is only half the battle. The other half, protecting it and ensuring it's passed down effectively to future generations. This is where many families, especially in the Black community, have historically faced challenges. But with the right strategies, we can change this narrative. Let's start by discussing estate planning and wealth transfer strategies. You might think estate planning is only for the ultra wealthy, but that's a misconception we need to address. If you have any assets at all, a home, a savings account, or even personal possessions you want to pass down, you need an estate plan. At its core, estate planning is about ensuring your wishes are carried out after you are gone. It's about protecting your loved ones and the legacy you've worked so hard to build. Without a proper estate plan, the wealth you've accumulated could be significantly reduced by taxes or legal fees, or worse, may not end up in the hands of those you intended. The foundation of any estate plan is a will. This legal document specifies how you want your asset distributed after your death. Let me be clear, a will is not an estate plan. It's part of your estate plan. So if you die without a will, known as intestate, the state decides how your assets are distributed, which may not align with your wishes. For many families, a trust can be even a more powerful tool. Like a will, a trust can help you avoid probate, the often lengthy and costly legal process of distributing assets after death. Trusts can also offer more control over how and when your assets are distributed. For example, you could specify that your children receive their inheritance in stages, or that the money be used only for education or starting a business. Life insurance is another fundamental component of wealth protection and transfer. It can provide immediate liquidity to your heirs, helping them cover expenses or estate taxes without having to sell off assets. Term life insurance is often the most affordable option, especially for younger families. As you build more wealth, you might consider permanent life insurance policies that can also serve as an investment vehicle. Seek advice on that one. Now, let's address the elephant in the room, the wealth transfer gap in the Black community. Historically, discriminatory policies and practices have made it harder for Black families to accumulate and pass down wealth. A study by the Brookings Institution found that the median inheritance for white families is $100,000 compared to just $4,000 for Black families. This plays a significant role in perpetuating the racial wealth gap. But knowledge is power. By understanding these challenges and implementing sound estate planning strategies, we can begin to close this gap. It's not just about passing down financial assets. It's about passing down financial knowledge and values as well. Remember, estate planning is not a one and done task. As your life circumstances change, marriage, divorce, birth of children, acquisition of significant assets, your estate plan should be reviewed and updated. Creating sustainable family businesses is another powerful strategy for building and transferring wealth. Family owned businesses have long been a cornerstone of wealth creation in many communities. They provide not just income, but a legacy that can be passed down through generations. In the Black community, family businesses have often been a way to overcome systemic barriers to employment and wealth accumulation. Starting a family business begins with identifying a need in your community or a skill set within your family that can be monetized. It could be a service, a product, or even a technology. The key is to start with a solid business plan that outlines your vision, target market, financial projections, and operational strategies. One advantage of family businesses is a built-in support system. Family members often wear multiple hats, especially in the early stages, which can help keep costs down. However, it is crucial to establish clear roles and responsibility to avoid conflict down the line. As the business grows, consider how to involve the next generation. This doesn't mean forcing your children into the family business, but rather exposing them to it from an early age. Let them see the inner workings, the challenges, and the rewards. This exposure can spark their interest and prepare them for potential future involvement. Succession planning is a critical aspect of family businesses that is often overlooked. In fact, only about 30% of family businesses survive into the second generation, and only 12% make it to the third. To beat these odds, start planning for succession planning. Identify potential future leaders within the family and invest in their development. Consider bringing in outside expertise if needed to ensure a smooth transition. One inspiring example of a successful family business is Harpo Productions, funded by Oprah Winfrey. While not a traditional multi generational family business, Oprah has used her success to uplift and empower others, creating opportunities for many in the Black community. Remember, a family business is not just about making money, it's about creating a legacy. It is an opportunity to instill values, work ethic, and financial literacy in future generations. It is a way to build something bigger than yourself. As we wrap up this section, I want to emphasize that protecting and transferring wealth is an ongoing process. It requires open communication within families, regular review and updating of strategies, and a commitment to financial education across generations. In his book, The Wealth Choice Success Secret of Black Millionaires, Dr. Dennis Kimbro writes, wealth is not a matter of chance, it's a matter of choice. By choosing to actively protect and strategically transfer our wealth, we are not just securing our own financial future, we are paving the way for generational prosperity. Building, protecting, and transferring wealth in the Black community comes with unique challenges, but also incredible opportunities. By understanding these challenges and implementing strategic solutions, we can create a new narrative of generational wealth in our communities. As we come to the end of our journey today, let's take a moment to reflect on the powerful strategies we've explored for building generational wealth in Black communities. We began by establishing a solid foundation of financial literacy and education, acknowledging that knowledge is the initial step in achieving empowerment. We then explored strategic investments, focusing on the power of diversification and real estate to grow our wealth. Finally, we discussed the crucial steps of protecting and transferring that wealth through estate planning and family businesses. Remember, building generational wealth is not a sprint, it is a marathon. It requires patience, persistence, and a long term vision. But with each step we take, we are not just changing our own financial future, we are reshaping the economic landscape for generations to come. And as we wrap up today's discussion, I am reminded of the words of John H. Johnson, the founder of Ebony and Jet magazine. Failure is a word that I simply don't accept. This mindset is essential as we build generational wealth. There will be setbacks and challenges, but with persistence and the right strategies, we can create financial legacies for our families and communities. Building generational wealth is an ongoing process that requires dedication, knowledge, and action. Every step you take today, no matter how small, is a building block for our family's financial future. And as we wrap up our exploration of Black business resilience, let's reflect on the journey we have taken, not just today, but throughout our National Black Business Month series. We've examined the unique challenges facing Black entrepreneurs, strategies for building internal financial resilience, and the power of leveraging community and resources. The path of Black entrepreneurship is not an easy one, but it is paved with determination, innovation, and the strength of community. As Shirley Chisholm, the first Black woman elected to the United States Congress, once said, if they don't give you a seat at the table, bring a folding chair. This quote encapsulates the spirit of Black entrepreneurship, creating opportunities where none seem to exist. Throughout this month, we've highlighted the resilience of Black-owned businesses, from overcoming systemic challenges to implementing strategic financial planning, and now to building a strong online presence. Black entrepreneurs continue to demonstrate remarkable adaptability and growth. As we conclude our National Black Business Month series, I have a special gift for you. I'm excited to offer you the Black Entrepreneurs Financial Resilience Toolkit, available for free download for a limited time. This comprehensive resource distills the key strategies we've discussed throughout this series into actionable steps you can implement immediately. To get your complimentary copy, simply visit our website at mariejocaesar.com. Don't miss out on this valuable tool to boost your business financial resilience. Remember, the strategies and insights we discuss are not limited to a single month. They are tools for year-round success and resilience. Every successful Black-owned business contributes to closing the racial wealth gap, creating jobs in underserved communities, and inspiring the next generation of entrepreneurs. Looking ahead, we are transitioning from celebrating Black business resilience to focusing on another important aspect of financial wellness. Next month, September that is, we will be observing Life Insurance Awareness Month. This shift in focus reminds us that true financial wellness encompasses not just our business strategies, but also our personal financial planning and protection. Life insurance plays a vital role in creating generational wealth and ensuring financial security for our families and businesses. For Black entrepreneurs who often face unique challenges in building and protecting wealth, understanding and leveraging life insurance can be a game changer. Now, I encourage you to take action based on what we've learned throughout this series. August was an exciting month. Download the Financial Resilience Toolkit and choose one strategy we've discussed, whether it's optimizing your cash flow, diversifying your funding sources, or implementing a new digital marketing tactic, and commit to implementing it in your business over the next month. Remember, your journey to financial empowerment and business success is ongoing. Each step you take builds upon the last, creating a stronger foundation for your future. Thank you for joining us throughout this National Black Business Month series. Your engagement and dedication to growth inspire me every day. And as we look forward to exploring the importance of life insurance next month, let's carry forward the spirit of resilience and innovation that defines Black entrepreneurship. I am your host, Marie-Jo Caesar. I will be back again next week as we begin our Life Insurance Awareness Month series. Until then, continue merging life and money. Bye for now.